Then, moving right along, what then I tried to show with this slide is some of the programs that the DTI currently implements. We have THRIP on one end, which is derived as a triple P program where industry, academia, and government take part in technology development and human resource development. We have the SPI support program for industrial innovation, which is mainly for the support of prototype development. We have Technology Venture Capital Fund, which is managed by IDC, to sort of talk to that area where you're talking about product development and sort of moving to a market. And people who have dealt with IDC will know that the criteria to get funding from the IDC is much stricter than any of the other funding departments available. And then at the end there we have what we call ISP, which is Incubation Support Program. I will say right now that ISP has not managed to breed technology-oriented incubators, but it's something that we're working towards. And right now it's still working as a supplier chain development mechanism where SMMEs are bred by either a large company that will partner with us in establishing this incubator, and then the SMMEs in that incubation then support that big company. Now, what we have proposed, as I've already indicated, the technology commercialization incentive as well, because none of that exists anyway. TIA at the most will say we have a pre-commercialization support program, which is mainly for some of the projects that they have supported through the years, and now they are trying to make sure that they sort of de-risk them somewhat for venture capital to take them on and move to the latter landscape. But then we look at what then becomes the gates. You have prototype development, you have testing and validation, product development, and somewhat small-scale manufacturing, which really, if you are a technological business, there isn't a startup fund that does exist, and we're trying to establish that within the GTI. And other programs will then include your techno-industrial clusters, specialized industrial facilities. If you look at these two, they are mainly an infrastructure, technological infrastructure programs, both of them. Specialized industrial facilities are geared towards the low tech, and that's where we're working with TVET colleges, which are, I've just forgotten the acronym, the full label of TVET, but they are the former, what are the TVET colleges, Ghana? FET colleges, yes. And the techno-industrial clusters will then talk to the high-tech space. And part of what exists within the framework, you have science parks, you have centers of competence, centers of excellence, we have special economic zones for people who then want to be located there, where there will be reduced tax regimes, infrastructure support, all those. And then you have incubators, fab labs, accelerators, tech stations. You know, you have a whole suite of things that do exist. The one I'm just going to talk about, which I think is more suited for this platform, is around techno-industrial clusters. Now we'll see that what they did at the DTI, that the industrial clusters are then established as an instrument, a regional instrument to drive industrialization. Now, what we are looking at mostly is marginalized region, but you will see that when we talk about technological-oriented clusters, then the regional thing falls away, because we understand that when you are talking about technology, it can be virtual, and it can be a number of institutions that are located differently that then work at this cluster. They are also they also support a more competitive and productive regional economies. Again, if you're talking about technological ones, regional then falls off. And it's also is an instrument that is used to enhance implementation for our new growth path and the IPEP, all as you know it.